Hi, it's Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. A little bit earlier today video. I'm doing it about almost 12:30. I got the appointment this afternoon and gotta scratch my ear. It's been clearing my throat all day long. It's nice and sunny outside, and I got an appointment and I might have things to do later, so I'm going to take care of business for frog in my throat. What can I say? This video is why musicians should attend the MLC Portal and Pandora For Creators Webinars. Let's make me a little smaller here. I'm working on all the time. So, okay. I just got this notification today in my email. It's for the MLC. It's a live demonstration of the MLC Portal for members, the Mechanical Licensing Collective. If you don't know what that is, then maybe you're not a musician. And if you're a musician and you don't know what that is, you're off the grid. Yeah, you're off the grid. You need to take a little bit of a deep dive. Not that much of a dive. Actually, it's kind of just diving into the baby pool. It's only been news for a couple of years that this is coming. The MLC. So you better know how it operates, and you better make sure all your tracks and codes are in there, which they should be. However they're getting in there. I use Songtrust. They're the ones that handle my global mechanical and publishing collecting royalties from mechanical royalties and publishing royalties worldwide. And they will be sending my titles and ISRC codes over to the MLC. In an earlier video, I had showed where I had something like 1,471 titles in there. It's actually about 2,100. But then the 1471 number on the MLC disappeared, and I don't know where it went. I have no idea where it went. So they probably took that database offline. They will probably bring that back, I would assume, after January 1st. January 1st is when things should be operational. I don't know how often you get paid. I'd have to look into that. I need to do the deep dive on the MLC. I can't remember what their payment schedule is. I don't know whether it's quarterly or monthly. Most of them are usually quarterly. Who knows? Again, I'll have to look at that. But this webinar, again, let me make this a little bit bigger here. And I have a link to the webinar in the description. It'll focus on the portal and provide a live demonstration to show users the functionality. It'll show you how to set up an account, edit works, register new works, and ask questions. But if you use something like Songtrust, you don't have to worry about it. Songtrust, a company like that's your portal, and that sends that data out to the MLC. That's one of the groups. Oh, excuse me here. It's that's where that stuff's maintained. The Songtrust has an FAQ about that. They have a question about that, and they answered it. They're just like, we're going to handle everything, so you don't have to mess with if there's incorrect data on the MLC. Check Songtrust, because they must use some sort of API or some sort of data feed to get that updated. Anyway, and then you can ask questions on there. If you got questions, how often do I get paid? That's a good one. I'm sure that one won't come up about 100,000 times. But anyway, musicians should be attending this one. I've already signed up for it, and I will be attending it. It's Wednesday, December 16th, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern. I guess 9 Pacific, 10 Mountain. So I will be attending that, see how that goes. I don't know if it's being recorded. They should indicate that, but not everybody can attend those types of meetings. They should make them available to everybody who wants to see them, or do like this, do a live stream, put it out on YouTube, have it go to Twitch, have it go to Facebook, and then on, because I have things hooked up, mine goes to LBRY, which is now Odyssey, automatically. Kind of like that. I like just do something once and publish everywhere. I like that idea. So that's the first one, the MLC. Attend that MLC live demo. Get your questions answered, or read what the other questions and what people get how they get them answered. Oh man, a rough one today. Am I looking forward to the freeze? I don't know. The other thing that musicians should be attending is Pandora for Creators. If you have not signed up for Pandora AMP, and you do not, if you haven't signed up for Pandora AMP, you should be taking this. They offer it every month. This is the beginner course. Yeah, they get it's the first week of the month here. January 6th is the next one. You should sign up and learn about how to, get an AMP account, and how to record artist audio messages, how to submit tracks for featured status. You can add little voice bits in between your songs on Pandora. Additionally, once you're in Pandora AMP, you can request a profile in Pandora Stories. It's too bad it's not automatic, but for some reason, this is how they do things. Once you're in Pandora AMP, then you have to go to ampplaybook.com/Pandora-stories. You can request a profile. You'll need, either a website. I just use a Facebook page that I never use for anything else for that particular artist. Then you need your Pandora AMP URL, and you plug that and some other information in. And within, usually a couple of days, you'll have access to Pandora Stories. What can you do in Pandora Stories? You can make playlists. You can make mixtapes. Playlists are actually do much better than mixtapes. You can create little programs and stuff. Really, the best thing is playlists. And then additionally with that, when you make playlists, you can find out there are ways to discover whether or not your entire discography is in the Pandora system. Because your distributor may have sent the album or the single or whatever to Pandora. But, if you don't have a Pandora account, which you should, or some sort of access to it, you should be able to see if everything is out there. And if you're building playlists on Pandora, there are ways to do that. And as somebody who's published a lot of field recordings, a lot of music over the last 16 years, it's also a way. So if you have an album that's that, and the thing is, I know people who release music and have for 25 or more years, and that they're missing things, that they'll have things on Spotify or Bandcamp. Actually, Spotify is a better example. So they'll have something in Spotify, but it won't be in Pandora. And so how do you do that? How do you get it into Pandora? Well, you come out to this amp.pandora.com/submit, enter your name, enter your UPC. That will tell you whether or not your distributor has sent it to Pandora. And then you fill out a little bit of information there and you submit it. And usually within a week or two, you'll get an email back saying it is now in the system. And Pandora is weird because of the way they used to do things before SiriusXM bought them. Before you could get something sent to Pandora, but it wouldn't necessarily go in automatically. It was a curated system. It's kind of not that way anymore. It is sort of on the radio side, but the premium side is not. However, if you have older albums out there that did not get into the premium side, the on-demand side, you'll want to get them in there. And this is how you do it. And I've filled this form out lots and lots of times, many, many, many times for things that I have released in the last 5 or 6 years and discovering that they weren't in there. Very important that you have everything available everywhere. So yeah, your distributor may have sent it to Pandora, may not necessarily be in there. Before SiriusXM bought Pandora, this was kind of this was how you got into Pandora radio in general, and it was sometimes you would get denied. Now it is an automatic process. It really is. So it says here, yeah, we encourage artists from all backgrounds and styles to submit their music or comedy. All submissions need to be distributed to Pandora via a digital aggregator so that they can be available to all listeners on both Pandora's radio and premium services. If your content is already being distributed to Pandora but isn't available on the premium side or in the radio side to some extent, complete this form. We'll prioritize your submission for review. They just rubber stamp it. That's how it's been the last 12 or 14 months. As I've seen it, I haven't gotten anything rejected. And I used to get things rejected, 10, 12 years ago. Not anymore. Super inclusive now. But it's a bit of work. If you got a lot of releases, it's a bit of work. It takes a little effort. And I will have to say, once you get everything in there, you start building playlists, just a few, just get started for your type, your genre, whatever it is. You start making playlists, you will see people discover them. I'm not going to show you all my stuff, but I have made, I would probably say I've made, in the last 3 months here, I've probably made 120 playlists, 1 or 2 a day. And I would say 97% of them have had listens on them in the past week. And it's a variety of stuff too. It's field recordings, it's ambient music, it's beat-driven stuff, various things that I've made. And I've even gotten to the point of making a playlist with kind of an unappealing title. There's actually a playlist out there called Monotonous Ambient. And so this is sort of that ambient music that I make that just hovers there for a long time. It's a monotonous ambient. I was like, I'll make a playlist. I'll call it Monotonous Ambient. And let's see if any people listen to it. People actually listen to it. And for a while. So that's what I'm doing. And I think it would help other musicians too to get on board with Pandora Amp, get added into Pandora Stories, start making playlists, see if your entire catalog is out there, and get into that rhythm. It's a kind of a complicated system, but it has paid off for me. I'm already starting. It's been about almost 3 months since I started making my first playlists, in Pandora, and I'm already starting to get the first wave of royalty. I mean, I know my numbers because you can see them. They update them on a daily basis. It's usually about a day or two behind as far as the data is concerned. But I'm already starting to see money roll in from that, from my efforts. And I used to make very, very, very little money on Pandora up until about September. And then I kind of figured it out. And I've been, like the last 3 months here, I've just been playing catch up, trying to get everything into their system. I don't know how many times I've filled this thing out, have to go out and find the UPC on the distributor, fill all this stuff, wait a week or two. Sometimes it's a couple days. Usually it's about a week or so. And then, then make playlists, and the playlists, boom, they're out there. Once you've made it, it's public. It's public. It's not like Spotify where it takes forever and you have to, you're at the mercy of some algorithm. So I'm giving away the details just because this is what I'm doing and I'm having success, and I kind of want to share it with other people. I know I don't really have that big of a YouTube channel, and I have hardly any sway on anything. It's working for me. It's working for me. I spent the time, I've made the effort, and it's been really good. So anyway, the main point is, when these companies have webinars, whether they be the MLC, a new thing like that, or whether it's something that maybe you haven't done before, like Pandora AMP, or maybe you have a Pandora AMP account and you want to go and talk to the creator team. You got a question. Maybe you're a little confused still on how everything works. I attended a number of these. I think I attended the introduction for AMP over the summer, and then I attended probably 3 or 4 of these, the office hours. I kind of don't need it anymore. I understand what's going on. It took a while because it's kind of a, but it's good. It's fun. Musicians have to promote. I feel that musicians have to promote their work constantly. Like, you just can't give up on something because, well, I released it and it didn't really do that much, or it's whatever like that. No, there's ways to promote that catalog. And that's kind of what one aspect of this channel with regard to my music catalog, and then also my fine art catalog. So just trying to get that out there. Anyway, links in the description, and that's it for today. I'm off to my appointment, and maybe something later today if I feel like it, but otherwise it'll probably be another video on Friday. Talk to you later.